Hello, here's what's going on. It's 2026 and cabbage is trending. Why? Probably because of inflation and the economy is bad and things are just terrible in general, but also because it's chic, according to Vogue. Everything's coming up cabbages. How the leafy green got chic. How's that for a headline? Groceries are expensive, and not only are groceries expensive, but life is hard. So what's the solution? Addictive cabbage. Addictive cabbage might solve all of our problems because cabbage is cheap, and this recipe is simple. Problem, solution. This addictive cabbage recipe requires only 5 ingredients and takes only 25 minutes to make. We don't even really have to cook anything. We're basically just gonna marinate the cabbage, make a dressing, and then toss the cabbage in the dressing. And then we're gonna be full-blown addicted. We're gonna have an addiction when this is over. Yay! So let's dive right in. There are a number of addictive cabbage recipes on the internet, but I'm going to be loosely following the New York Times recipe for addictive cabbage. And here are the ingredients we'll need. First, of course, a head of cabbage. The recipe calls for Taiwanese flathead cabbage, but if you can't find that, it says you can use Napa cabbage, which is what I have here. Next, you will need kosher salt and pepper. Salt is essential to this recipe, so you need salt. 4 cloves of garlic, 4 tablespoons toasted sesame oil, and a couple tablespoons of sesame seeds. The recipe calls for untoasted sesame seeds, but I'm going to use black sesame seeds because that's what I have, and who cares? It's gonna make it a little bit more visually interesting when I sprinkle these bad boys on at the end. The very first thing we need to do is prep the cabbage. So that just means removing any weird outer leaves. These look a little crusty. We don't need them. And now I'm going to halve the cabbage through its core and remove the solid white heart. There we go. And then we can just kind of cut a little triangle. Consider that core removed. Do the same thing on the other side. Nice. Done. In the recipe description, the New York Times said to rip the cabbage into little pieces, and then in the recipe instructions, they said to cut it. So it's kind of like make up your mind, but I'm going to rip it because that is supposed to help the dressing that we're gonna make later really get absorbed in there if it has rougher edges. So we're just gonna rip our cabbage into little 1-inch pieces. You want them to just be bite-size-ish. And I'm just gonna put them right into my colander. Satisfying. I should also note that this recipe only has 4 stars on the New York Times cooking website, which I aim for 4.5 or better, you know? Oh. 4 stars usually doesn't cut it. So we'll see how this is. It does seem a little suspiciously simple, but if it's good, maybe this is gonna change my life. I'm just gonna be eating cabbage all day. The recipe did also call for only half of a cabbage, but I was like, I'm gonna do the whole thing because what am I gonna do with half of a cabbage in my fridge besides forget about it and then have it be gross, and then find it in a few weeks and it's smelly and it's become a whole thing. So instead of that, I'm just gonna eat a ton of cabbage right now. All right, look at this. Now I'm going to go over to the sink and rinse this thoroughly and then drain it, but I'm not gonna worry about it getting totally dry. All right, grab a giant bowl and dump the cabbage in there. And now it's time for salt. We are going to measure out 6 tablespoons of salt and dump it in here with the cabbage. 1. I know that seems like a lot of salt. Don't be scared. 2. We're going to just let the cabbage sit in the salt for a while, and then we're going to rinse it off. 3. So we just want the cabbage to absorb some of the salt, break down, get softer, taste salty later on. 4. But we're not actually going to eat 6 tablespoons of salt. 5. Don't be afraid. 6. We're taking this leap of faith together. Now I'm going to get in there with my hands and scrunch it up, just like the girlies used to do with their hair back in the day. And we're just gonna work the salt into the cabbage. Make sure it's all nice and mixed in. It's already shrinking up a little bit, which is crazy. God, so much water is coming out of the cabbage already. Wow. Wild. Science! Okay, our cabbage has been thoroughly salted. Now I have wet, salty hands, and we're just gonna let it sit for 10 minutes while we prep the dressing. I should note that now is also a good time to start some white rice if you wanna serve this with rice, which I do recommend because otherwise you're just eating cabbage. I have started some rice in my rice cooker. It's going right now. Wow, it's very wet. Can you see how wet it is? Look at all that water. That happened immediately. All right, set it to the side for 10 minutes. So for the dressing, I have grabbed a small bowl and also my microplane. And what we're going to do is grate the 4 cloves of garlic using the microplane into the small bowl. If you don't have a microplane, you could probably use a garlic press or a cheese grater on its smallest little setting. Oh my God. I watched a video of a chef doing this to prepare to see how he did it. And he just went in there holding it like I am with his fingers, but I'm scared. What's gonna happen when I get down to the nub? Like, what do I do with this? All right, I feel I've grated all I can grate. We have this little edge of the garlic, and that's just, but look at that! That's 1 clove of garlic down. Yeah! And I feel like if I ever make this again, I probably will just use my garlic press because the end result is looking very similar to what happens when I just use my garlic press, but I don't know, I was feeling adventurous. I thought, why not follow the recipe? But now here we are. Oh, it just feels like this is a lot of work. Ah! You know what? I'm pressing the last clove. I'm done with this. I've had enough. I'm grabbing my garlic press. Here she is. I feel so much safer already. Sometimes you're like, I'll try something new. And then you do, and you're like, I didn't like that. I like just doing what I usually do. But at least you tried, I guess. This is a good way to use the microplane.
I feel like chefs are always like poo-poo on garlic presses, and I don't know why.
Okay, weigh in on the comments. Where do we land on garlic presses? Why do chefs hate garlic presses? You don't want life to be easier? Why do we have to suffer? When all is said and done with the garlic, you should have about a tablespoon of minced/grated garlic. Now, it's time for the toasted sesame oil. We need 4 tablespoons of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, which I'm just gonna eyeball it because I'm just gonna grind it directly in there. Let's whisk to combine. There's our simple little dressing. Set that to the side for now. And it's been about 10 minutes, so our cabbage should be ready to go, but we're going to test it. I'm going to take one leaf, run it under some running water to remove the excess salt, taste it, and it should taste salty. It should have absorbed some of the salt, and if it has, then it's ready to go. Cabbage taste test. Oh. Very salty. Tastes very, very salty. So yeah, this is good. I'm scared. I'm worried. Yeah, it's salty. Okay. Woo! Cool. Oh no. I'm gonna grab my salad spinner. You could also just do this part in a colander if you don't have a salad spinner, but the salad spinner is gonna make my life a little bit easier, I hope. Just gonna dump the cabbage in there. Ooh. Ooh. Why do you look so scared?
It really plopped out of there.
I know. I'm going to go to the sink. I'm going to rinse this with some more running water, hopefully make it a little less salty, and then we're gonna spin it, get it nice and dry. Woo! When my salad spinners are rockin', don't come a knockin'. Holy shit, the rice is done. Actually crazy how much cabbage we started with and how much it shrunk down. Get it in the bowl, and I'm just going to give our dressing another quick whisk just to mix it back up since it was sitting for a minute. And then we're just gonna dump it over the cabbage. Now I'm just gonna toss it, stir it around with a fork, get the dressing nice and mixed in. I'm scared. Now it's time to top with the sesame seeds. Sprinkle some of these bad boys over top and stir them around a little bit. Nice little crunch. I think that looks as good as it's gonna get. Let's get some nice close-up shots of this. Okay, moment of truth. I've got a little bowl of rice. I guess I'm gonna try it first. Sans rice, but it's all led up to this. I'm ready for my new life as someone addicted to cabbage. Let's just get a forkful. Go big or go home. Okay. Oh my God. No. No. Oh my God. It's so salty. No. No, 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 no. I'm spitting it out. No, it's nasty. No. No. Oh no, it's not good. It's way too salty. That's way too salty. Why was there salt in the dressing? I was wondering that as I was doing it, but I was like, I guess I'll follow the recipe like a good little girl. But why was there salt? Why was there salt in the dressing?
Was doubling up the salt, like, I wonder if that fucked it up or something?
Well, I was doing double the recipe.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I guess I'll try like a little bit of it with the rice. If I just get a lot of rice and just a little bit of the cabbage. Oh, no. It's not good. It's, ugh. No, it's too salty, and it's also just not good. I think even if there was an appropriate amount of salt, it's like hard, there's like not a ton of depth of flavor. It's just like oily and a little garlicky. Oh, wow, it's terrible. I think this is one of the worst things I've ever made on this channel. This is probably the #1 fail. I think the #2 fail was the salted margarita bars, also from the New York Times. I'm keeping my eye on you, New York Times. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. You better not. You better not. This is a great way to waste a head of cabbage. If that's something you're interested in, great way to waste, you know, half an hour of your time and waste a lot of salt. So yeah, I hate it. I'm gonna throw it out because it's inedible. Maybe it's my fault. I feel like either way it's gross. You wanna try it?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it wasn't as salty, it's just kind of
It's gross.
makes me miss like Szechuan seasoning or something.
Yeah.
The rice is good.
Yeah.